Hi there, I'm Sarah Ruhlman from the website Sarah Scoop. It's pretty easy to create a social media account. I've seen someone do it in just minutes, but it takes a lot more effort to have a social media account. That's why I'm here, to help you learn how to get more likes, outside and in. A lot of people are on Instagram and Twitter trying to become famous, but there are some people out there, like Marie and her mom, who care so much about a problem in the world that they want to use social media to help fix it.
I do not know what I am doing when it comes to Instagram.
That people probably got sick of me.
I didn't use the right hashtags, or I didn't use any hashtags at all.
Hello, my name is Marie Kissick and I'm with Angel Hearts Rescue. So we work with animals and people who live on the streets, people trying to create housing for themselves when the money's not there or maybe they just can't get the resources, and then help them with their animals. That is their biggest mental stability.
We work with so many people and we're such a unique group that I feel like people don't understand where we fit into their categories. And so I need people to understand what it is that we do and why we do what we do. I do this with my mom, and she's a single woman and she's got a big passion. I want to support her in this, and I do support her in this, and that's why I work with her tirelessly every weekend and every week with the animals.
The obstacles are that the social media for rescue of animals in general is very saturated, and we're just kind of lumped in with that group. People don't understand what our organization is. They don't understand where we started or how we started, and a lot of it is just miscommunication on our part for the social media.
Because my idea was working with homeless people and seeing them on the streets with their animals and thinking, well, where's there a group that works with them? And the thing I think is so sad is that it can be depressing. The whole thing and what you see out there, it's another world. It's another world when you see people out there suffering, and maybe it's mental, maybe it's addictions, and maybe it's just a person, the veteran, who's having a difficult time with PTSD. And those people are helping animals, and the thing is, some of these people are not getting on the streets with animals. It's people that I've seen while I'm standing there helping somebody, dumping their cat or dropping off their dog, and it's a sad situation and they have nothing. Mm-hmm. How do they, with no money, how do they be able to take care of a dog or a cat that's sitting there? So that's kind of what we're trying to do, is help them.
So it takes a lot of just not liking us on social media, but really connecting with us, reaching out with us and collaborating with us, that we find that people understand and appreciate and then support our group at that point.
And also knowing that when you see a person and you're walking away and they're crying because they're thankful because you gave them a jacket, you took care of their animal, this is their life to them. And that makes you feel like, yeah, you did something good. Hi, I'm Alice.
Hi, Alice.
Hi, I'm Marie.
Hi, Marie. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you for inviting us.
I am excited to hear more about Angel Hearts Rescue, and maybe you can just kind of give me some background and what you're here for, what I can help you with.
Absolutely.
Sure. Well, this is something that started way back, and volunteering, having my daughter being in grade school and wanting to give back, and starting out with just going to a shelter, Animal Haven, and helping out there. And eventually I kind of got sucked in and started being involved with other rescue groups and volunteering, a lot of volunteering, and decided to start my own rescue and get a license. And so I looked for an organization that I could team up with or volunteer with and see if they had a pet program. And so Uplift organization is a group that goes out 3 times a week, and they go to all the different areas in the city, KCMO and KC, Kansas, and work with giving them food. And they have like a little tiny pet program, which really, if they ran out of food for a month, then they wouldn't have any to hand out. So that's why I felt like, Angel Hearts started to develop. It was already there, and all we had to do was make a good plan on how we were going to take care of them with their dogs and their cats, and focus on that, while Uplift was focusing on the people. And that happened in September 2013 is when it started.
Okay, so you've been working on this for a while.
We have.
Yes, and Marie, your daughter, does your social media?
Yes, she does, yeah.
So can you let me know, what's going on with your social media? Where are you struggling at?
Sure, so we have 2 platforms in addition to a website. I would say our website, we're not website savvy, so it hasn't been updated for some time. Facebook, we opened up almost immediately after Angel Hearts opened its doors to helping people and becoming a 501c3. And then within the last, I would say, year to year and a half, we've grown our Facebook base. So I would say 30% more people follow us from what we initially started. Our Instagram, we started that about 1 year ago, almost to the date. And we are close to 1,500 followers, which is good. However, we don't have interaction with that many followers.
You've definitely got a great start going, but I think we can help you reach more people, get some donations, and take this to the next level.
That would be wonderful.
Even a charitable organization is a brand, and that brand identity can be strengthened. Let's bring out someone who might be able to help us do that.
Hi.
Welcome, Catherine.
Thanks for having me.
So this is Marie and Alice from Angel Hearts Rescue.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
And if you two want to fill her in real quick about kind of what you're struggling with.
Absolutely. So right now we have 2 media platforms and a website. And our biggest struggle that we are starting to see is how to engage our followers on Instagram, our followers on our Facebook page, and then updating them to our website that also shows what we're doing on a constant basis.
I see this happen all the time. People build a large following because others want to get involved, especially in this nonprofit world, and they want to connect with you, but sometimes you have to understand people don't always know how to give back. So there's a lot of messages going on right now. There's a lot of ways that you guys are giving back to the community. You're supporting animals and those that are homeless. I think that it's important to break it down and to make it really simplified for the everyday person like myself or Sarah on how we can support what you're doing, because so many people, you have 1,500 people and they want to get involved, they want to help you, but right now they don't know how. So I think the biggest message right now is to focus on how can you get the everyday person to support Angel Hearts, right?
Absolutely.
And I think that one thing I've heard you guys say is people don't always understand what you're doing. So I would make it a goal to once a week kind of break down what you're doing instead of just sharing in the moment, the rescues, how you're helping people, the dogs, the animals, all of that, which is great. It's great that you're posting, but we have to know the backstory and how you're helping and how we as the everyday viewer can help you.
Okay, so you're saying like a summary each week just to remind even new people and people that are following what it is that we do.
So for example, I know you're showing Instagram stories of different things that you're doing to support this mission, but give a little backstory. So hop on, do a quick video of you explaining what you're doing, how you're doing it, why it's helping those people. You just gave us some great examples today of all the different layers that go into this process. There's so much work that you're doing and it's so incredible, but the everyday person doesn't always understand that. So I would say make a point to do a quick little video on your story before you share the work that you're doing.
Okay. I think it would be great for you to even put together some sort of promo video. It doesn't have to be anything crazy or extreme, but just talking about what you're doing and put that on your website so people can go there and see. Because I know your goal is to get money and so that you can use that, or food, or whatever the donations might be, but you really need to let people know what they're investing towards.
That makes sense.
And so video is a great way to share your story.
That makes sense.
And then also on your Instagram page, I noticed, yes, you have 1,500, but something else I noticed is you were following about 3,500 people.
Yes.
So I would clean up those followers. You don't need to be following people that aren't following you back, that aren't invested.
I would encourage you to start getting more active with the followers. So asking them questions. Telling simplified ways that they can support you. So even if it's just, if everyone that followed your page gave 1 bag of pet food, how amazing would that be for you guys? So maybe what you do is create a challenge. for each month, where
Okay.
you're asking people to do a donation and then challenge a friend to also do a donation.
That makes sense.
And making it something so simple, something that people already have maybe in their pantry, maybe something that people can easily grab when they're grocery shopping.
Right.
And explaining how that is going to help you and where that is going to go, so people feel like, I can do this. This is something anyone can do,
Yes,
and they will
you're
want to
right.
spread that word with their followers.
That makes sense.
And maybe even doing like a stat showing with this donation,
Yes.
this cat will be neutered or spayed
Yes.
and vaccinated for $29 or
Yes.
You
Okay.
led me
That's
right
so
into my
great.
next suggestion. I would actually love to see the animals that are getting the help consistently on your profile. I want to see the cat food that they're donating with the cat that's eating it.
Okay.
So they can see where their donation is going. Like
That
this
makes sense.
fed this cat. Angel Hearts Rescue is a lot different than a lot of the animal organizations out there. So I think it's important that you show that. What do you think makes you different and stand out?
I think that the thing is that people don't understand that these dogs and cats are not like ones that they go to a shelter and get when they're homeless or houseless people, that they're being dumped in our society and that they need help. But it's just something that people don't know what's really going on until you really stand there and maybe talk to this homeless person and how did this happen and what is it that you need help with. And their dogs and cats are the most important thing to them. That's their companion. They don't know anything else sometimes except that they're living for that dog and cat. And the sad part is when they're trying to get off the street, they won't get off the street when it's freezing temperatures or when it's really hot because they have no place to go with their dog and cat. They're not accepted in these organizations that help them get off the street.
And I think with that is the question we get asked a lot is, if they're homeless on the street, then why do they have a pet? If they cannot take care of themselves, then how can they take care of another animal? So the difference that we try to express to people is that people need companionship, whether they live on the street, whether they live in a home, whether they live in a car. So when we are working on the streets, that with somebody that is living in a tent or living behind a tree, it doesn't matter to them where they're living. It just matters that they have that companion, and that companionship being that animal. So for us, we always say love has no home. Love is where you are with your pet, with your companion. So our goal is to not change the lives of them living on the street. It's to better them for what they currently have and what they're looking for. And if that comes in the form of care for their animals and food for them, and that is their life and they're happy with it, well then we are too.
So the other suggestion I would have then is to also feature them. You're featuring where the food's going, who's getting it, that animal that's getting it, but let them share their story. Show a photo of the homeless person and their homeless pet and talk about
Or
how
if they
Angel...
don't want to show themselves,
Yeah.
it could be a quote, and you just do a graphic.
Yeah.
Okay. that
And
would
you
be
know,
really
you
good
could
too.
talk to them and interview them and have a whole caption sharing their story and how you've impacted their lives. And of course, like you guys mentioned earlier, you get permission from them to use their photos. So you could try to work with the ones that are up for being on the photos and show them and show their pet and show that they're both being helped by Angel Hearts Rescue, and how the whole story that you just shared about companionship, how that pet is their companion and that's why they live the life they live together.
Okay,
Sounds
that's so
great.
You know what makes you different. You guys are very clear on that. It's just integrating that story within your social media posts a few times a week, just so people get a better connection to who you are, why you're doing it, the reason why you keep going, even though you have a million other things on your plate.
And how they can help.
Agreed.
Thank you, Catherine, for sharing such wonderful tips today. Marie and Alice, we wish you the best with Angel Hearts Rescue.
Thank you. So our game plan is going to be website development, working on how we're going to plan the rest of our stories, our engagements, how we're going to post them. I think the first thing is for us to honestly be able to allow our volunteers to tell their story.
Yes.
We
That's a
haven't
good
done
idea.
that at all, and we do have amazing volunteers, and we say that. We have amazing volunteers, but we never say who our volunteers are. We never show our volunteers, and we don't ever let them, just because we're so busy, we don't think about letting them have that
that opportunity to say why they do it and why they want to.
Yes.
We're so much in the business of doing the rescue that we're not looking outwards to see how the people that are in it with us can really also help us. I think it's generational experience as well. With my mother, a lot of what I tell her is we really have to look at our media main platforms, and we really need to check out the Instagram and see who's following us on Facebook. So having her here to also see that side of what it does take, getting those likes, getting those stories, and becoming a foundation is been really the biggest plus for us, because it gives you the opportunity to see what this world looks like that I'm in, but now I get to bring her into it too.
Yeah.
Social media can be one of the most effective forms of communication, with one of the longest reaches. If you've got a mission like Angel Hearts Rescue, the longer your reach, the more you can change the world.
This is Louie. You meet him. You say hello, Lou. And this is Ruby. Can you say hello, Ruby? Yes. Every single dog that we have is a rescue dog. They're just a part of our lives. They intertwine, and they're the ones why I know people love their dogs, so I love mine.